Louisiana Tech. Kickoff is 2 o'clock, and the game will be shown on ESPN Plus. So at this time, I'll turn it over to the head coach, Rick Stockstill.
Thank you, AC. Appreciate everybody being on here this morning. Hope you have a great Halloween and everything here tonight. But we're excited about this opportunity this week. Got La Tech. They're 2-6, but it's a very deceiving record. They've played a really, really tough schedule, especially their out-of-conference schedule with Missouri and Clemson on there, and South Alabama, who's really having a good year in the Sun Belt. So it's a very deceiving 2-6 record. So, you stand up here and you say you're playing a really good team, and you guys are going to look at their record and say, I'm just full of it. But this is a good team. They got one of the most prolific passing offenses in the conference this year. They throw the ball all over the place. They've got good receivers, quarterback skill guys. So they're doing a really good job. Offensively, they're scoring a lot of points. They're averaging over 30 points a game, with the people they've played. So that's a credit to Sonny and his players and his offensive staff. So we've got to do a great job this week in studying them and preparing for them and this offense that we're going to see, because it's going to be a drastic difference between what we saw last week and this week. And then defensively, again, it's these guys are athletic. They can run. They're doing a really, really good job of making you go the long way, the long road. They're not giving up a lot of big plays. They're sound in everything they do. They're going to mix up their pressures, their coverages, zone coverages, man coverages. They do a lot of that. And they're very sound in the kicking game as well. They've got some really dynamic returners that we've got to be cognizant of. So this is a good team, but like I always say, and probably like every coach says, it's about us, and we got to prepare ourselves like we have been, and get ready to go on the road again and play a good football team, because this is going to be a great challenge for us. So I'll open it up to you guys.
Hey, Coach, Cecil Joyce here.
Good morning, Cecil.
Morning, Coach. Coach, they're giving up 239 rushing yards a game. What have you seen other teams do on film to them that's allowed them to get the rushing yards they've gotten?
Well, I mean, Clemson, Missouri had a lot to do with that. Rice is a heavy run team. UTEP is a heavy run team. So I think part of it is the teams they played, what those teams do, but I think it's probably more of a compliment to those teams that I've mentioned, the teams they've played, as opposed to what they're doing. I mean, they didn't give up a whole bunch of yards rushing to FIU last week. I think FIU, was held under 100 yards rushing. So I think the big thing, Cecil, is probably more of who they've played than what they're doing.
Morning. Coach, this is Chip Walters. Speaking of the run game, how important was it for you guys to get the run game going back again and having a healthy Frank Peasant back in there this past weekend?
Yeah, I think, Chip, really the run game showed up in that game in the fourth quarter. We didn't have a lot of plays. We were limited possession because of what UTEP does. UTEP is one of the top teams in the country in time of possession, so they don't give you many at-bats. And, so I thought we ran the ball a little bit better up until the fourth quarter. Then the fourth quarter, I thought we were really good, especially you got it the last 5.5 minutes of the game, and where it's a 2-score game, 11-point game. And, you run it every down except once. And you're able to milk that 5.5 minutes of clock. So I thought our offensive line played really well. I thought they, was probably their best and most complete game, both in protection and in the run game. And then I thought Frank had some really tough, physical, hard-nosed runs, especially in the fourth quarter.
Morning, Coach. Sam down here.
Morning, Sam.
I know that kickoff coverage has been an area of emphasis to improve on in the second half of the season for y'all, and it seemed to have had a good week for that for you guys, with Scott Payne getting named co-special teams player of the week this week on that unit. What sort of adjustments did y'all make in the open week to get the improvement that you saw on Saturday on that side?
Nothing. We didn't do anything different, Sam. We same guys, and like I said, I think we've covered pretty good. The whole year. Obviously, Miami ran one back on us. And they had another one on a sky kick that they got to midfield. We've played some good people, some good returners, and they're when you don't have a kicker that can put it in the end zone consistently, you're going to have some returns, and that's not a knock against Stewart. That's his leg, and so and I know his name. I call him Stewart, so don't think I don't know who our kicker is. So it's not a knock on him. We work on it every day. I mean, and we've done that, and he kicked better. He kicked really good, had some good hang time, and we covered really well. We covered really good on punt team, and we covered good on kickoff coverage. I think it's just as the season goes along, you want to improve individually and collectively as a team and as a player, and within each unit, whether it's offense, defense, or in your kicking game units. And I think we're getting better each week in those areas, and you just have to be consistent and do it every day or every week.
La Tech has started a true freshman at quarterback last week, and then he played most of the second half of the game against Rice. How hard is it scouting wise to go after a quarterback that maybe you don't have a ton of film on when you're getting into it?
He's a really good player. I know that. I thought he played really, really good down there at FIU. They've got good quarterbacks, and their offensive scheme didn't change, so you got just a different guy pulling the trigger. And, so he's a good player. And, the doubt is, or the question is he going to be the guy this week? Or is it going to be their normal starter? So, but I think this guy is really good. He's probably a little bit better athlete, runs the ball a little bit more, a little bit better than what they've had, prior to the injury. But he's a really good player. And, we've seen enough film on him to know that if we don't do our job, he can hurt you.
And Coach, I'm asking this one on behalf of Chris Harris, who's having some mic issues this morning. How can a win like the one you guys got on Saturday against Utah galvanize your efforts going forward the rest of the season?
Everything's a week to week, and I'm proud of our team winning that game last week. UTEP had won 10 out of their last 12 home games, and I said it last week. I told our team that's a tough place to play. It's a tough place to get there. You're staying around the hotel all day and all night waiting on a late game. And I thought our players handled it really well. So, when you win, it breeds a little bit of confidence. And we did some good things. We did a lot of things that, weren't so good that we got to get better on. And you're going to say that, every game. So, but winning gets you, a little bit better feel about yourself, a little extra step in your giddy up. And, so got us going, got us, a little bit more confidence, maybe, Chris. But it's a week to week. Your team changes week to week in college football, and what we did last week. We got to build on it and carry on and continue to work. And these guys come to work every day. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. They show up every day with a great attitude and a great work ethic and a will to be better than the day before. So, and that's why I say every week I'm proud of this team. I love coaching this team. It's a team of great leaders, got great character, and hopefully that win last week will just we can keep stacking on top of each other.
Anything else for Coach today?
Appreciate you guys. Happy Halloween. I like Snickers and Reese's peanut butter cup.
All right, it's time for our student athletes. We'll get started with defensive end Jordan Ferguson, and then after Jordan will be quarterback Chase Cunningham.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Jordan. Cecil Joyce here.
How you doing?
Doing well. Jordan, talk about this offense you're about to play. Another team, that likes to throw the ball a lot. You've just faced a team that threw it a lot. This team has a little more success throwing it. So talk about, the challenges that await.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing for this week is they have a better receivers this week than they did last week. So we're going to prepare for them. I know from watching tape yesterday a little bit, I seen like 3 or 4 guys who can go make plays in the receiving core, and they have a big tight end that they have. He's pretty good as well. We're going to see a lot of 11 personnel with the tight end in and motioning him out and inside. They like to use 3 receivers to the field a lot. They got 2 good running backs who like to run hard. We got to be prepared for everything to run in and pass. And I know they're having a little mix up with quarterbacks, so we got to be prepared for any of them to play. So we got to prepare for all of them. It's going to be ready. It's going to be fun. Another road game, another challenge. Remember November, so we got to keep it going.
Morning, Jordan. Sam down here.
Good morning.
Parker Hughes had a pretty big game for you guys last week against UTEP on special teams and on defense. What have you seen from him? And getting in the middle of camp, I think he came back from Stanford this year and getting adjusted and then getting a chance to make a play.
Yeah, Parker's another guy on the roster that we have. Like 10 other guys, 20 other guys who's just waiting on their turn. Just keep going every day. He was actually playing scout the whole season, and I think he got cleared. He got his waivers, and he got an opportunity to come in and play with 2 guys down. And he's answered that bell. He's preparing like a pro. He's playing like he's a vet. I know he got some little stuff he got to get better, so just like all of us do. But I'm really happy for him, really proud of him, man. He was out there flying around making plays. He actually had a really good game too, WKU in my opinion as well. Just that being his first game, not playing linebacker here before. I think he played safety and running back in high school. So he's just one of the kids that's like to talk about Jacoby last week, man. I'm just happy for these guys to get their opportunity and they're making the best of it. I know he's a little sore today, so he got to get in the ice tub, man, get his body back right. But I'm excited for him, and I know he's going to be ready to go this week. He's going to get better and better every week, just like Jacoby did last week. And like I say, man, we always got guys on the roster who's next man mentality who can come in and make plays just like he did. And this is a testament to him and how he prepares and what he does for himself.
Anything else for Jordan today?
I've got a fun one to end it, Mark. Coach Stock gave us his favorite Halloween candy as he walked out. Jordan, I was wondering what your favorite Halloween candy is, and what was your favorite Halloween costume you've ever worn?
Coach Stock said Reese's. I'll say Snickers and Lifesavers. No candy corn. And favorite costume, I'll say never wore it, but I would love to wear maybe a Medea costume or Mr. Brown. Just to make people laugh. Yeah, that's what I'll wear.
All right, Jordan. Thank you.
Happy Halloween, guys.
We'll now turn it over to quarterback Chase Cunningham.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Chase, Cecil Joyce here.
Hey, Cecil.
Chase, I know he only had one catch. Obviously, it was a touchdown catch, but talk about how big of a boost to the offense it was getting DJ back this past game and how much going forward he's going to improve this offense.
Absolutely. I mean, every time he's on the field, something special can happen. And, we saw that this past weekend. So, just great to have him back out there, just his presence. He's great on the sidelines for us. Just he's a ball of energy out there for us, always, encouraging everybody. So just great to have him back.
Morning, Chase. Sam down here.
Hey, Sam.
From what I've read on La Tech, it sounds like they've had a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball this year. Does that come across when y'all are doing the scout at all, the different types of players in there, or is the scheme pretty much the same regardless of who's in on the tape?
Yeah, I think, mainly you just kind of look at the scheme because, you don't really know who's going to be back and whatnot. But, they're a good defense. They're fast. They fly around, well coached, do some different things. So, we got to have a great week of preparation and, get ready for this weekend.
Keelan Rutledge was the offensive lineman of the week for you guys, internally. He's a guy that didn't start, on the two deep to start the year. What have you seen from him growing and practicing in camp to get to the point where he's making the plays that he was making Saturday for y'all?
Yeah, absolutely. Keelan played his butt off and, just super excited, for him to, get that opportunity and make the most of it. I think one of the first times I met Keelan this summer, he's a really hard worker. That's his main focus is football. And, it's just great to have him out there.
And then Chase, the same holiday questions for you. What's your favorite Halloween candy? And what was maybe your favorite costume that you wore for Halloween in the past?
Well, candy, I'd probably have to say probably a Reese's or Sour Patch Kids. I like those a lot. And I dressed up as the Joker. And that's probably my favorite and best one so far. So we'll see if I have anything clever in the future, but that's my best so far.
Anything else for Chase today? All right. Thanks, Chase.
Thank y'all.
All right, everyone. Thanks for today. And remember, we'll be back here next Monday as the Blue Raiders finally return home to play Charlotte the following Saturday at 2:30. All right. Thank you and see you next week.